What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Vader, entitled Tibi Et Igni. This is released on Nuclear Blast Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Poland, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very fast-paced, aggressive, thrashy style of death metal. Vader are one of the most famous, hard-working, and most reliable bands to come out of Poland and out of the Polish metal scene. I mean, Poland is responsible for a variety of different bands from within death metal and grindcore. I mean, bands that come to mind for me would be Antigma, Hate, Behemoth, Decapitated, but Vader are longtime veterans of the scene, and they continue to pump out release after release and just have a very consistent sort of work ethic, regardless of what era they happen to be in. I'm pretty big on the first couple of Vader albums, most notably The Ultimate Incantation and De Profundis, and then moving forward to albums like Black to the Blind and Litany. Just some really, really amazing releases. To even the Art of War EP and the album that they did that had a bunch of cover songs on there. I mean, Vader are the band, in my opinion, that can pull off a cover song and do it so splendidly. Vader are the kings of doing cover songs of any kind of metal band. I mean, Mayhem, Slayer, Extreme Noise Terror, to name just a few. Vader can do no wrong when it comes to covers, in my opinion. I've been very, very high on Vader's last few releases within the later 2000s, most notably Necropolis and their most recent release, which was 2011's Welcome to the Morbid Reich. Welcome to the Morbid Reich was just sensational. From the super hyper-fast drumming, to the gravelly vocals of Peter, to the incredible guitar and bass work, that album was just so sensational. I mean, for a band that's been around that long, it amazed me how fast-paced that record was. I really, really loved how hard-hitting that album was. Now we move to 2014, and we have, from what I understand, this is the 10th full-length under the Vader banner with Tibi Et Igni, from which I understand loosely translates from Latin language to For You and Fire. It's 10 tracks, and it clocks in at around 42 minutes in length, and with this album, compared to the previous Vader releases, I would say that this is probably the most thrashiest sounding Vader record I've heard in quite some time. I mean, I can pick up almost Dark Angel, Slayer-esque sort of vibes when listening to this album. You can definitely tell by the way the music sounds, the way every song is structured. Excuse me. Yeah, Vader are putting on another clinic here with Tibi Et Igni, and this once again goes to show you how reliable and bankable Vader are, and they put on another fantastic release, and definitely something I would say that could definitely top Welcome to the Morbid Reich and Necropolis, respectively. This album is a straight-up riff clinic. There are lots and lots of great guitar riffs and moments happening on this album. I mean, when you hear tracks like Go to Hell, Where Angels Weep, and Triumph of Death, you just get some sensational, very, very articulated guitar riff work going on. The way the riffs sound on those tracks is absolutely entertaining and very, very headbangable. The solos are very, very sizzling, and that's something to point out about a Vader release. You should always be in for some very, very good, solid solo work going on. Anytime you hear a solo on this album, it's done at the right pace, at the right time. It doesn't feel out of place. It definitely suits the Vader record very well here. Bass tone is very, very good. I'm loving the way this bassist handles himself here. very good and audible bass tone. You can hear everything very, very clearly in this album's mix. It's a very suitable sort of tone going on for the type of pace that Vader set out to bring. Of course, it being a 42-minute record, this album flies by at a really, really comfortable and smooth pace. I really, really love the way that this bass guitar sounds and is handled throughout all 10 tracks of this album. Moving on to the drums, that's another thing to point out about Vader, is the speed of the drums. It is just absurd how fast this guy is. When I listened to the track Come and See My Sacrifice off of the last Vader record, my jaw just dropped as to how fast every single aspect of the drum kit was. From the blast beats to the fills, everything was so quick, it almost felt unhuman at times. But here on Tibi Et Igni, things seem to be scaled back just a tiny little bit. But still, the drum work is as fast and as furious as ever can be. I really, really love how quickly paced this drummer handles himself. I love the blast beats. I love the technicality within the feet strokes of the double bass, the quick fills, the cymbals. Just every aspect of this drum kit that's being handled on this album is sensational. The faster moments definitely shine a lot here. The more methodical paced moments work out very, very good here. And another thing to point out is the limited use of symphonics. There's a bit of a symphonic edge going on certain instances of this album. It doesn't dominate at all. It just comes and goes very quickly, like going back to the track Go to Hell. You hear the opening moments of this album, and you definitely know this is going to be somewhat of a theatrical sort of ride. Then to certain other elements of this album, I think it works very well too. Now we get onto the vocals. Of course, the heart and soul of Vader, in my opinion, will always be Peter. He's been the long-standing frontman for this band, and as with any sort of Vader release, his vocal performance is incredibly rough, incredibly commanding, and he just makes you feel very, very intimidated. And on Tibi Et Igni, he handles the vocals very, very well here. Very gruff, very gravelly, very hoarse-sounding. He's one of the most recognizable frontmen in all of metal, I would say. And he just has a great time doing what he does here. He's a very intelligent sort of frontman, and his vocals are very, very awesome here. Pretty much what you would expect from any sort of Vader release. He handles the vocals very, very powerfully, even to sounding even a little bit frantic at times. I think he handles that very good as well. So overall, I think this is another worthy album that Vader have set to deliver. I think this is a really, really entertaining listen. I definitely think this tops Necropolis and Welcome to the Morbid Reich. I really, really think this is a fun album to listen to. Terrific escapism. If you're into what Vader have put out in the past, the last couple of albums, even their early 2000s material, I would say Tibi Et Igni is right up your alley. Even this Digipack version has 2 bonus tracks, Necropolis and the last track, which is a cover, which I won't pronounce. I know it's one of the cover songs, but both of them are done in the Polish language, and I think they're pretty fun to listen to. So if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Go to Hell, Where Angels Weep, Triumph of Death, Hexenkessel, that's an amazing track, The Eye of the Abyss, and The Light Reaper. So I'm going to show you the album again. This is Tibi Et Igni by Vader. This is released on Nuclear Blast Records. Buy this, and I'm going to give this a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Very, very entertaining release from Vader. One of the best death metal acts to come out of Poland, and pretty much keeping the spirit of Vader alive. So support Vader. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Hell out.